y'all. I think we live. Go ahead and get right into it. 3, 2, 1.
The Dynasty.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? I hope y'all doing well. What's good, world? What's good, world? It's your boy L to the, and we are back with a video. I'm doing this real quick because I did this video earlier, right? Hold up. Anyway, so yeah, I just woke up not too long ago. I had tried to do this video earlier when I was just getting in from work, and then when I went back and looked at the video, I realized that the mic kept cutting out. So I forgot I had to fix my noise gate. I fixed it a little bit, and it should be good to go. Right? Let's go ahead and okay, cool. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it, and we're gonna talk about this video real quick. As y'all don't know, I did make a short to this Eric guy that talks about why, you know, why people are he believes people are attacking him, and you know, he's accusing people of Eric July of homophobia, transphobia, queerphobia, and the like. Right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and kind of go into the video real quick. I'm gonna try not to take too long. We're gonna get right into it. All right. So let's go ahead and do this.
All right, chat, we're going to respond to this video. Just for reference, I tried to remix this on YouTube so that I can...
So real quick, before we do this, I'm going to skip around. One, I'm going to be skipping around because a lot of this video I did earlier, it was a whole lot of nothing, right? A whole lot of fluff, okay? Whole lot of fluff. Whole lot of nothing.
Like, tag you, so I think you would see it, or you...
Right, so we're going to, I don't care the fact that you thought that, yeah, but we're gonna get into this, right? So let's get into this. Let's get into it.
Issues with certain content creators. I don't want to start like having that negativity or negative to this person. I don't want and say anything negative to this person. I don't want to like continue the trail here. I have my issues with certain content creators. I don't want to start like having that negativity kind of going off on other people.
So let's start this, right? Okay, let's make this clear, right? You don't want to have this negativity going off on other people, which is fine. Okay, we can live with that. But I'm going to debunk 90% of your content, right? Your content is literally going after these people, right? And I'm talking about the bigger people, right? We're talking Eric July. We're talking I believe this one is, I think this is on Melanie Mac. Yeah, Melanie Mac. Okay, so you're going after Melanie Mac. You're going after Eric July. You're going after Ryan Kennel. You know what I'm saying? And accusing these people of these things, right? Of homophobia, transphobia, and queerphobia, when that's not the case, right? So I'm gonna break some of this down, and I'm gonna pre-debunk a couple of things, right? Just because someone follows these people, it doesn't mean that they are a collective, right? I got to break that down, and I got to make this clear for y'all, because for some reason, these type of creators, they tend to think in this collective mindset, right? They think that anybody who follows, you know, Eric July, Melanie Mac, that, you know, we all think the same, right? That we all have the same thought pattern, that, you know, we this, that, and the third, we're all out to, when that's not even the case. Like, there are certain things from Melanie Mac that I don't agree with. Okay, she made a post about, you know, or agreeing with XQC about the OnlyFans. I don't agree with that, right? So out of Eric July, Melanie Mac, and all of them, like, I'm actually one of the more, I would consider myself, if anything, maybe a centrist, if anything, because I believe both sides have a point, right? So, but for you to sit up here and to assume that everybody that follows Eric July and Melanie Mack and all of these people, geeks and gamers and all of that, you know, are that think the same are the furthest from the truth. Oftentimes, that's not the case at all, right? That's totally not it, right?
All right, so here we go.
So,
Who were hating on me. Targeted. I'm trying to remember which video that was. That was the video where I think I was talking about being targeted. I believe that's the one where I was talking about being targeted by people who were hating on me because of what I had said on YouTube.
so the video that I commented on was, these content creators aren't medical professionals. Stop listening to them, right? So this is what we're talking about. This is where I came in at, right? And this is the comment. Y'all can't see it, but we're gonna go ahead and read it out for y'all, right? And this is my basis where I base my argument on, right? You know, for you to claim how much you don't care, you're surely putting a lot of effort into these videos. I honestly believe it's just jealousy at this point. And I break it down. One, you hate the fact that he's successful. His one comic has hit numbers that Marvel and DC struggle to get consistently. Like I said, Eric is a small company in comparison to Marvel and DC, right? And the fact that his first comic hit numbers that Marvel and DC should be getting on a regular basis, that they're literally struggling to get on a regular basis, is telling of that Marvel and DC are not doing their job. They're not doing, they're catering to people to the wrong crowd. Let's just put it like that, right? You claim that Eric and others like him are some random foe, but you refuse to have an actual conversation or debate with any of them to get any form of understanding or context, right? These, and it's been proven, because if you go back and look at even just in this video, right, you're going after talking about, oh well, because in this case he's talking about how Eric has said that leave kids alone, children cannot consent. You can be, he's not attacking your sexuality. He's saying, hey, look, leave the children alone, right? That these children cannot consent to gender affirming care, which is in reality mutilation, okay? And the fact that some of y'all are pushing for it is a bit alarming, okay? Now, and this is where a lot of people are like, oh, well, you have to be a medical professional to say that. No, you don't have to be a medical professional to say that realizing that mutilating a kid, a perfectly functional child, is wrong, for the sake of whatever, for the sake of sexuality is wrong, you know what I'm saying? Because children cannot consent, right? Leave the kids alone. In other words, that's what we're saying, leave the children alone, right? Last point, you claim they're doing it for the money, which was in this video, right? Yet you're not turning down any subscriptions, donations, or any monetization for this, right? So in other words, what I'm saying is, you're doing these videos, and if somebody does put money in your pocket, you're not turning it down, because guess what? That's the goal. A lot of us create content here would like to get paid for our content, okay? Including me. Let's just be real, right? No exception. I believe I make some good content. I believe I should get paid for my content, and I'm going to do what I can to get my content in a spot where I get paid. Feel me? All right. Yet you want people to take you and your movement seriously, to cut the double, right? That's my comment. That's where I came
or attacked. I might have used the word attacked, and I pretty much stand by that. And let me explain to you why I feel that way. I think if you come after me and you want to have a conversation about what I'm saying or the topics that I'm talking about or things like that, I'm usually totally cool with that, even if I'm a little bit defensive. But I try to be open to that. Maybe it takes a couple of back and forths for me to change, but ultimately I try to go into that open. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I've said this before.
Which is fine. We're not saying you have to be perfect dealing with this shit. But when you have a bad take, you can't get mad when people are coming at you with your bad take, right? So,
but if you're coming after me and you're like,
I'm gonna skip through
homophobic stuff, things that have absolutely nothing to do with what I was saying, and they're just attacking me directly, that is an attack. And I feel very much like I understand the difference in that.
Okay, so if you understand the difference in an attack, right, and criticism, why are you literally attacking other content creators? Once again, this is the double standard here, right? This is what I'm getting at, and this is the double standard that I'm attacking. You don't want people to attack you, but yet it's perfectly fine for you to seemingly attack creators and on a constant basis. These videos are well within the similar time frame as each other. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these are well within the same time frame. Okay. So how can you talk about attacking, people attacking you when you're literally doing the same thing to these content creators? Right? It's one thing to disagree with somebody, it's one thing to have a different point of view. But it's a whole different thing for you to sit up here and call someone out their name, right? For you to accuse people of any kind of phobia. You get what I'm saying? Right? To say that people are projecting with little to no proof. You get what I'm saying? All right.
But I want you guys to be clear on what I consider to be an attack. So if you come after me and you're like, hey, I don't agree with,
So let's get into this. Let's get into this.
On you. That's number one.
Well, that's not, I don't consider, but there is no disagreements on human rights.
And this is the big one, right? And this is going to be the main theme throughout the video, right? Is the human rights thing, right? So here's a list of 30 basic human rights, right? Take the time to look at them at your own leisure. I'm going to scroll through pretty fast, but here is it, right? You got the right to privacy, the right to trial, no unfair detainment, right to nationality, rights to love and well, not to love, excuse me, to marry and have family, right? Rights to own things, Social Security, right to work, rest and holiday, right to cultural and art. These are the basic human rights that we're talking about, right? You have the right to this, right? And no one's saying that you're less than because you're gay. No one's saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm going to make that perfectly clear, right? And I know this may sound cliche to you, but I do have a few friends that I know that roll that way. Okay? That's fine by me. However, at the end of the day, it's a respect thing. We both respect each other. We're not throwing each other under the bus. Now, I'm not talking about it in a joking manner. I'm talking just real, on some real deal shit. Right? Real deal. Have a, right? And I also believe that Eric understands that we have human rights. That's actually a part of, he's a libertarian. Now, a lot of people think he's right-leaning, this, that, and the third, which goes to show that y'all really don't pay attention because he's nowhere near that. But he's literally a libertarian. And what a libertarians, from my understanding, believe, they believe in, everybody has rights. And these are the rights that, I'm willing to believe that he agrees to, right? So we're going to get into that, right?
So my issue here is if you don't see validity in queer people, trans people, gay people, anybody under the umbrella, bi people, if you don't see the validity of those people and their feelings and the way they want to be treated in society as something important to you, that's not an opinion, that's a human rights issue. And that's where I draw my line. Like, I'm not gonna
see, and this is what
the fuck?
And this is where I have the disconnect, because Eric, according to this, consistently thinks that because these people are existing or putting out whatever they put out is automatically homophobia, transphobia, queerphobia, right? You're accusing people of stuff that's not even the case, right? You don't know their content. Okay, if you've been watching their content for years now, allegedly, that's what you claimed in the video. So if you follow any of Eric's content, you can disagree with something, sure. But for you to sit up here and say that, oh, well, it's automatically homophobia, transphobia, when you've never really sat down and talked with them. And I'm willing to bet that he's willing to talk to you outside of, if he's not busy, you know, because you know he's got his Ripperverse 2.0 studio, which congrats to him on that. He's got a studio, so he's been pretty busy. So I guarantee you, you know, once time settles down, you know, for him, he can probably take the time to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, he's got to get ISOM number 2 out. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, let's get to it.
Going to have a discussion about whether or not gay people should be allowed to be represented in media.
No one's saying that. And this is the big problem, that this is the disconnect that I believe Eric is missing, right? Or he has, disconnect that he has. Y'all forgive me, I just woke up. But we're not saying that no one has the right to be represented in the media. We're not saying that. We're not saying that you don't deserve that right. And quite frankly, if you look at these rights, it's not any of here, right? Somebody can argue maybe the right of culture and art, but that's to participate, right? See what I'm saying? But other than that, it's not about depiction, right? And most of these depictions that you're asking for is you're worried so much about being depicted in media that you're not worrying about if the content is good or not, if you're hitting the right target demographic, you know, things that's important in business, right? So, yes.
That's not an opinion. That's bigotry. And that's why I get so passionate about it, because having an opinion would be, I don't like this character in this movie.
There's been plenty of times where we said, hey, we don't like this character because it is a poorly drawn or poorly implemented caricature, and it takes away from what's already being represented. And this is and Eric July has made videos talking about why he personally hates tokenization, right? And for the most part, I agree, right? I personally am a little bit more lenient on the matter, right? I'm a little bit more lenient. I'm cool with it. You know, I don't mind, right? You have a right to do what you do, right? But where I draw the line is where you start trying to make your fan art or your head canon the official canon, right? That's where I draw the line. Where you start trying to, you know, push for a black Spider-Man, or you're pushing for all of these things, a tokenized version of a character, when there is plenty of room and plenty of space in this space, if you will, if you pardon the redundancy, that there's plenty of space to grow. There's plenty of stories that could be told. You know, this age of remakes, honestly, quite frankly, is getting old, and it's, to me, it's seen as borderline scraps, because a lot of people only see validity, I can't even say the word right, but you get the point, validity in, you know, tokenized versions of characters. It's not right. There's plenty of people out there that want to take an original story, you know what I'm saying, but won't get any further down the line. But let's go ahead and take this tokenized version of Spider-Man, or the black version of Superman, and, you know, we'll eat that up. And yes, we're getting representation. We're finally getting representation, when that's not even the case, right? And these companies that are doing it, at this point, they're only doing it for that purpose, and they're appealing to people that don't have that funding. You get what I'm saying? That don't have the money too. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to appeal to these people, trying to appeal to these people that are, don't really have the money, that, and honestly, quite frankly too, are not really fans of comics. Right? Because if you were fans of the comics, you will understand certain storylines, you will understand certain things. Because like I said, I'm not really not big, personally not big into comics, but I do, respect and understand certain things. I do understand certain stories, right? And if I have a question about something, I can definitely look it up and, get an understanding of the story, right? So, and it's the same thing, because I'm a gamer. I lean more towards gaming and all of that stuff. And it's the same thing with games. And that's the other thing that I get on, is people that are complaining about this same type of argument in gaming and trying to change the canon of an established character to make it fit their little niche narrative. It doesn't make sense, right? It just doesn't.
Not
and to say that it's not to say that you guys don't have any rights. It's not to, and for those of y'all that think that, you guys are weird, right? The fact that y'all don't realize that some of y'all can get people kicked off a platform for a disagreement. You know what I'm saying? For simply disagreeing with you. It is, and y'all don't realize it, is astounding, right? And this is where the problem becomes, because you literally sit up here and call people transphobic terrorists for a difference of opinion. You've literally put Eric July as, quote unquote, the face of transphobic terrorism, right? And you have the nerve to say that these people are inciting violence when the very words that you're using are inflammatory. You get what I'm saying? Right? You get what I'm getting at. I hope you understand what I'm putting down here, because that's the double standard that I'm attacking. And then you want these people to get off of YouTube, but y'all support freedom of speech. These are the same people, mind you, that want to be they want people who they want to be what's the word, inclusive. They want to be, we're all inclusive, and the crazy part is Eric July obviously is a black man, right? So y'all the same ones, some of y'all the same ones that say, hey, Black Lives Matter. So why are y'all relentlessly attacking a black man for his views? Right? Because by your own logic, you should shut up and let a black man speak. If anything, y'all should be worshiping Eric July, because this man has literally done what you have, what y'all have talked about, right? What y'all wish could happen, that someone could show up these big companies, right? But y'all only care when it's someone who fits your narrative. And this is why this clash keeps happening, because y'all, it's being exposed daily that y'all do not care about what you talk about, other than what people that align with you. You get what I'm saying? You don't care about anything other than people that align with you, and you will go as far as to get people deplatformed. Right? The only time, personally, I believe somebody should be deplatformed is if they are a clear and present threat continuously to themselves and to everybody on that platform. But y'all literally treat people with different ideal points, different talking points than you, as that same type of problem. And that's where I personally draw the line. right? Calling people homophobic, transphobic, queerphobic because they think that, you shouldn't be, leading with your identity, right? That's the problem. And this is why y'all get called, once again, this is why y'all get called weirdos, right? And brainlets, because y'all y'all get called brainlets because y'all all have the same mentality. Eric, actual fandom, other detractors, right? I think Organized Chaos tried to talk to Eric July. And y'all all have the same talking points. Literally the same talking points. Right? The same talking points. Y'all think, for example, because Eric July is on the Blaze, he's automatically right wing. Like, people can't show up in different forms of media. See what I'm saying? So you can't sit up here and talk shit about other people when you're literally doing the same thing that you're accusing people of. This is why you get called out, Eric. This is why you get called out. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that gay folks don't exist or they shouldn't exist. That's stupid, because you have a right to do whatever. You have a right to be whoever, wherever, right? But when you start pushing it on people, especially children, we have a problem, right? We have an issue. We're going to skip forward to this because y'all can watch the video. This video's up. I'm not going to. Y'all want to watch the video? Y'all more than welcome to, right?
Things.
And I forgot. And that's the other thing I forgot to mention. So this is why y'all got called brainlets, because y'all have the same talking point. Y'all also get called weirdos because look at what you do. Right? Look at what y'all do. Y'all literally make videos talking, make about nothing about these people. You keep coming at these people, attacking them daily. Right? This is why you get called weirdos. Not because you decide to take dick up the booty. Not because you decide to pack peanut butter. Right? Not because of your sexuality. But it's because of, look at how you act. It's not a loaded term. It's not a coded term. It's based off of how you act. You act weird. This is weirdo behavior. You have literally attached yourself to somebody. Look at your shorts. Look at your videos. And tell me again how this isn't weird. If somebody, objectively speaking, on the outside looking in, were to see what you're talking about, you don't think they'll call you a little bit weird? Think something's wrong with you? Come on now. Right? So then he goes in the video, talks about what breaks down what homophobia is, right? A dislike of or prejudice against gay people, right? And what prejudice is, right? So you forgot to do something, and this is the big part. Break down what a phobia is, right? A phobia is an extreme or irrational fear of or aversion to something, right? It is not a disagreement. It is not hey, you should do a better job of making better content. Just because somebody's telling you, hey, look, don't lead with your identity in this space, right? Maybe, write a better story, a more compelling story. That's not a fear of phobia, right? And for you to liken what Eric July and what Ryan Kennel and what these people are telling you as a phobia, of some sorts is misleading at best, and at worst, straight up inflammatory. Right? For you to call someone a terrorist, a transphobic terrorist, you don't think that's inflammatory? And especially with no proof, right? And this is why I say you need to talk to Eric July, because I guarantee you, if you have this discussion with him, he can easily tell you that, hey, look, no, it's not that you don't have a right to exist. We're not saying that. We're just saying, hey, look, stop leading with your identity because it's not working. The general populace doesn't care. Like, okay, so what? You're a comic book fan. That's great. Okay, that's good. If you want to make your own comic, that's good. And if anything, like I said before, Eric July should be y'all should be praising this man. For the simple fact is, this man is literally out to do what he set out to do, right? He said, look, I am tired. This man literally said, I am tired of how the comic book media is going right now, how they're doing things, the way they're going about doing things. I'm going to do something about it. And lo and behold, he is doing something about it. But for some reason, y'all are like, oh, well, no, not like that. No, not like that. This is where the double standard lies. That's where we're getting it. That's what I'm getting at. You care about diversity, you care about inclusion, unless, it's somebody that has a different opinion than you. Diversity and inclusion, includes everything. So, and I'm going to leave you with one more. Let me give you. All right, let me give you one more definition. All right. Inclusion, the action or state of including or of being included within a group or structure, right? So let's look at what include means. To make part of a whole or set, right? To comprise of, contain of a part as a whole. This price includes, for example, dinner, bed, and breakfast, right? To make part of a whole or set. And here's 2B. To allow someone to share an activity or privilege. See what I'm saying? This is an activity that y'all claim y'all want to have rights for everybody, right? Y'all claim y'all want rights for everybody. Y'all claim y'all want everybody to be diversity, everybody should be included, which, hey, I can get with, personally. You feel me? But that should include people that have difference of opinion. And I guarantee you, Eric July is a lot more understanding to different opinions than y'all try to make it out to be. And these are y'all claim to be inclusive, but y'all do stuff like this. So this is where, like I said, once again, this is where the disconnect is. Calling people transphobic terrorists because of a difference of opinion. And that's exactly what it is. No one's saying that gay people aren't human and y'all don't have rights. And for you to sit up here and to assume that is egregious. I guarantee you, if you take the time to go talk to Eric July, he will tell you that that's egregious as well. Trust me, that's one of the reasons why I support him. Because now, personally, and even if Eric July never came to my defense, if he never, backed what I was saying, and even if he lumped me in by chance with y'all, with the rest of y'all brainlets, right? I can still be able to stand on my own too. That's the crazy part. Just because I, once again, support somebody or I follow someone, it does not mean that we all have the same thinking points, that we have the same talking point. That's what y'all do, Eric, Fandom Actual. And I say this off of looking at y'all, looking at your tweets. Fandom Actual, all he does, he's literally make tweets from a protected account. Literally, every tweet he does is pretty much locked up. But he could sit up here and talk shit about Eric Shalai. He could sit up here and talk shit about Geeks and Gamers. But, no one can criticize that. Tell me again how that's fair. We're not saying gay people don't have a right to exist. You're more than welcome to exist. Right? Matter of fact, if someone was picking on you for the simple fact that you were gay, and if I didn't know you from a can of paint, now if I didn't know what you were doing, I'll stick up for you. But if you are the way how you present yourself on social media, I'll just let the shit slide. I'm just gonna be honest with you, me personally. And it's not to be it's not to be rude, but hey, it's apparently you don't care about anything other than yourself. That's why I'm saying it like that. Right? Or the people that you align yourself with. If someone's picking on you for the simple fact that you're gay or trans, they're wrong. But you can't do the same to other people and think that people are going to love you. No, it's not right. And once again, leave the children out of this. Just because you have a certain sexuality, that's fine. You're welcome to that. Some may not agree. That's perfectly fine. Melanie Mack may not agree with you or your lifestyle. That's understandable. But leave the children out of it. I work in the adult entertainment industry, so I'll be the first one to tell folks, no, certain things just, let your kid, talk with your parents about. I'll be the first one, and I've talked with that in my older videos before. But I don't understand this shit, bro. Like this right here, nah, bro. No, I'm not gonna get with it. No one's, once again, for the last time, no one's saying that you don't have a right to exist. And for you to think so is egregious at best. Calling people transphobic terrorists and trying to get their content banned on YouTube isn't going to be the own that you think it is. That's not the call for diversity. Hope you understand that. Hope you can get that through. All right, that's going to be it for me. Y'all follow me on all my social media below. Hey, if you guys got any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, hit me up. I'll be right here. Peace. God bless.
The Dynasty